Yo, it's your boy J Boogie back with another video today. Don't forget and make sure you guys like and comment under this video. So, today I will be talking about who is in my top 5 best power forwards of all time during the 2010s era. So basically, once again, from 2010 through 2019. So, at number 5, I got no other than Duncan. Tim Duncan was pretty much still, efficient, dominant in his position. Still one of the best power forwards in the league. Despite him retiring in 2016, when he retired, he was still putting up double-digit rebounding, double-digit scoring, being effective with the Greg Popovich system. Still won the championship, beating Miami Heat and LeBron James, the Big Three era. Having back-to-back finals appearances. So Tim Duncan was a very still pivotal player with the Spurs, along with even Kawhi Leonard, with his upcoming, superstar, aura, or all-star, or at the time. And as a Tim Duncan was still doing his thing. He's always doing offense, shooting on the block, post fadeaway, bank shot, making key blocks on defense. Despite with him getting older, he was still being effective. Look at the stats, look at the accolades, especially look at his resume. Still having all-star appearances, still making all-team defense. And like I said, Tim Duncan was, like I said, he pretty much became more of a backbone than defense in his later years with the Spurs, along with drafting guys like Kawhi Leonard, and then more guys take on the offense like Tony Parker, then sometimes Ginobili, and then like I said, Kawhi Leonard was just upcoming. So Tim Duncan still had one of his better seasons in the 2010s. Like I said, with the scoring, the rebounding, and the defensive impact. So the bring more of his impact, obviously his impact always been relevant to the wins, but the older he got, it became more known that the fact that how well he has gotten more well seasoned in his defense and his offense, the older he got, knowing that certain things he can't do no more, but he still figured out ways to be effective on both ends of the floor. And then, helping, being a big part of that team, going back-to-back finals appearances in 2013 and in 2014. So shout out to Tim Duncan to be number 5 on my list. At number 4, I got no other than the Slam Jam, redhead ginger, Blake Griffin. Man, Blake Griffin was pure athletic, dominant in his prime with the Clippers. Dude was just all over the place, slamming, jamming, finishing at the rim, under the basket, know how to exploit mismatches. Dude was just a high flyer, and high flyer that could jump up like a guard and had some great mobility, agility. Was a good playmaker and had a nice, few handles for his size and his physique. And Blake Griffin, man, with the Clippers in his prime was just as good as anybody, especially at that power forward position, obviously. And then him and Chris Paul was such a great duo, especially that lob threat. And he had a few seasons where he finished top 5 and top 10 in MVP race, and then of course winning Rookie of the Year. And Blake Griffin, man, of course he didn't win the slam dunk contest because dude had bunnies for days. bunnies. But Blake Griffin, man, he don't get talked about enough how skilled he was, despite his athletic ability was the primary thing about his game. Throughout the years with the Clippers, he got better at the free throw line, got better at the mid-range shot. Always been a good post-up player when he got the mismatches. He knew how to finesse, spin off the player in the post, and finish at the rim. So he obviously he was a great finisher at the rim. Obviously you see these lob threats. And then when he went to the Detroit Pistons, it's like still dunking on people, still making good dunking highlight plays, but his skill his overall skill became well packaged, well efficient. Playmaker was to another level. His scoring was to another level. His shot making ability was another level. Knocking down threes at a high rate. It was with his very very short stint with the Pistons. You see how his game really evolved and looked more fluid and more potent throughout his short stint with the Pistons. And unfortunately, he can't get over the hump, and then injuries come along with that. But in this Pistons highlight clip, man, this dude was just as well seasoned. In terms of knowing when to mature about his game and elevating to another level. And like I said, man, Blake Griffin was out of his mind with the Pistons. I think he made NBA All-13. So he pretty much had his either the 2013-14 was his best season of his career, the 2010s, or his 2018-19 season with the Detroit Pistons. So Blake Griffin deserves to be number 4 on my list. And at number 3, no other than the Dirk Nowitzki. Man, pretty much 2010s. It basically his 2011 playoff run is one of the best playoff runs you've ever seen. Dude was still getting buckets, still posting fadeaway on everybody in the mid-range, knocking down efficient threes. But his 2011 playoff run set the tone to put him in the top 3 on my list, and let alone just because of the fact that he went through a good playoff team of the Portland Trail Blazers of LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy. Then you beat Kobe Bryant in the second round of the playoffs. And then in the Western Conference Finals, not only you beat OKC, you beat the young trio of KD, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. All of them were 50-plus winning teams. And, Dirk's resume in that 2011 playoff run was phenomenal. And then going on to the finals, beating the Miami Heat, I think in 6 games, and he pretty much dominantly scoring in that game against LeBron James and the Heat in the 2011 finals. So Dirk playoff run 2011 is one of the best playoff runs you've ever seen. Efficient scoring out throughout the whole way, from mid-range, 3-point shooting, honestly, free throw line. Dirk was just in his complete bag. And that alone, out of all playoff runs you've seen, that's the best playoff run you've ever seen in the 2010s. Let alone because, like I said, you went through multiple 50-plus winning teams. So obviously in this clip already, seeing him getting buckets left and right. So shout out to my boy Dirk Nowitzki. It's be number 3. And number 2, no other than Draymond Green. His resume speaks for itself. Not the biggest scoring option on this list, but definitely his impact, his defensive IQ. Draymond Green, man. If the Warriors didn't draft Draymond Green, there wouldn't be no championship run. His impact alone. A few seasons where he was out with suspension, injuries, you see his impact is very important to the Warriors to this day. So obviously in the 2010s, he played a huge role. Ever since he stopped playing under David Lee, when he got to the starting lineup, you see how good of a playmaker he is, how much of a defensive impact he is vocally and actually playing defense. Versatile defender. Pretty much, his impact alone was just great, and he basically was a point forward of that team. So Draymond Green impact alone was just phenomenal. And like I said, man, you can't deny his accolades, his resume, and his impact, his winning impact. And number 1, no other than Anthony Davis. His Pelicans runs, pretty much the most dominant power forward. Couldn't go over the hump as much. He wasn't, but yeah. So that's my top 5 best power forwards of all time in the 2010s. Let me know who you got under the comments. Like this video, like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. J Boogie is out.